All right, let's get started on today's reading, my lights, and see what beautiful messages Spirit may have for my Aquarius. All right. First card up is the Chariot. So things are moving, things are changing. There's some type of growth here, something new, some big change coming in, something life-changing, guys, all right? The things that you've been holding on to are no more. This is the card of something you want and the old way of doing things. So nothing will ever be the same after this day, I'm hearing. Spirit is actively dismantling, if you will, the outdated structures that have outgrown their purpose in your life. Okay? So with this Ace of Wands, this is a whole new frequency that you're in. Okay? Requiring you to trust what you feel over what you see. Now, you used to do it the opposite way. You used to trust what you saw over how you felt. Okay? But the old ways of navigating your world simply do not work anymore. Okay? So understand that you're in a new frequency, and the old way of doing things, the compromise, the doubt, and need to control everything is in your past, Aquarius. Now, the decisions will be much easier and quicker for you because you're just going to go with your gut feeling, and that is it. Forget about what you're seeing. It's all about what you're feeling. So this is all about intuition. Your intuition is at full capacity as far as its power goes. Okay, so in here I'm seeing this Knight of Cups with the King of Swords. All right, I'm seeing endings and gaining clarity on what has been making you sad, what has not brought happiness into your life, and the knowledge, the knowing that intuitively you can bring in anything you want right now. All you have to do is start making decisions and put action behind your situations. Okay, you are in complete control of you. Unfortunately, that's the only person you have complete control over. Sort of, right? I mean, we definitely can't control other people in our lives. So you might have children, you might have a significant other, you might have people who are doing things the wrong way. They might be using drugs, they might be drinking, they might be just staying out too late. If you have children, whatever the story is, we can do our best to guide people or give advice, but that's it. We cannot, in the end, we cannot control them. I'm not talking about when your children are young and you can have that control by grounding them and keeping them in or whatever. Okay, but this is going to help a lot of you knowing that you do not have control over others. You can't control your wife. You can't control your husband, your adult children. People have their own journey. So those of you who are banging your head against the wall, telling yourself, I'm doing something wrong, things aren't working, this person that, my son, my daughter, my husband, my wife is, not acting, how they should be doing this, that, those type of things are beyond your control, and we have to allow people their journey, basically. Yes, we can say something to them once or twice and try to lend some guidance, try to give some information that might be helpful, but really that's all we can do, okay? So if you have children that are addicted to drugs or anything like this, I'm not saying not to try to help them, but you don't have control, all right? So don't beat yourself up over it. All right, let's continue. I am seeing the Sun here and the Six of Wands with the Strength card. Look at how this is opening up to be just this beautiful layout here, guys. Very exciting. All right, so this is all about happiness and things starting to open up for you. And again, this is connected to your intuition today. Your intuition is going to guide you and lead you into the most beautiful life that you cannot even imagine. Okay, things are definitely changing, guys. Right when things look their worst, It's my understanding we're going to go to sleep and wake up in the morning and the world is going to seemingly be completely different as far as on the positive end, on the positive side of things. Thus, this victory card here, okay? So things are going to come in very powerfully on our side. Things are going to become easier for us finally. We are going to have things that are going to be shown to us, given to us, and become available to us that are going to be life-changing in the most positive way possible. Money is going to flow, okay? All right, I'm seeing... all right, somebody today, this is a feminine, one of my beautiful feminines, you're seeking balance today, all right? You want to be happy. And this is going to be a change for you because so far your life seems very chaotic, okay? And there is, I don't know if this is a daughter or a sister or a family member, but there's another feminine over here that keeps bringing in more and more chaos. This might be the root of the problem. If this is you, comment below the video because I'm certainly tapping into your energy and I would get a reading if this is something you feel that you might want to seek some advice on, okay? But I do see a lot of chaos here next to this other feminine, and you're calm, you're seeking balance, you want no part of this, okay? But I am seeing a setback here for some. All right, this setback seems to be financial. So some of you might be running into some financial issues this week, today perhaps. There's a lot burdening you. This is getting in the way of your happiness. You are not giving up. You are holding on to things in your life that do make you happy. And you are also dealing with this today. And it's just a bummer. It's a total burden for you, okay? But I do see options here. I do see options for you to change things up and retain your happiness. So there might be one decision you need to make on one person or one event, one situation today that could change a hell of a lot for you, Aquarius, okay? You all are thinking right now about it. You know what it is. And, you know, in one word, you can comment below the video what your it is. All right. But I'm seeing a focus on children also today. Somebody's focusing on a child or children. And there's some kind of, you're feeling torn today regarding something to do with children. And I am seeing further down the road, all right, I'm seeing a group of people that are going to help you and bring in a justice. So if this sounds positive for somebody who's having issues right now in regards to children, please comment below the video and just put children, and I'll know that I tapped into your energy today. All right, also seeing somebody's dealing with some stuckness today, but you're really trying to overlook it. You're trying to keep your happy on today. You're trying not to get lost in something this masculine brought in. It's making you feel some kind of stuckness. It looks like some type of all right, so someone in your life is very stressed out, and unfortunately they're bringing that home. All right, they're bringing it home and it's affecting you. This isn't your issue. It's this King of Cups issue, whom you love very much and is someone integral in your life, plays a very important role, and you're just trying to roll with, you know, you're being supportive, but, you know, this person is just very angst right now and maybe angry, maybe, you know, just kind of venting, but it's sucking your energy, it looks like. So you're trying to ignore it but be supportive at the same time. All right, and I'm also seeing that this is going to pass very quickly for you. All right, and I'm also picking up on opportunity here. All right, this is some kind of spiritual opportunity, I want to say, for someone. don't know. I'm seeing there's another feminine over here. There's two of you. And I'm seeing a lot of celebration and happiness between the two of you. So I feel like you and someone else are doing something, some type of project together. You're working on something together. This could be, a business, or maybe you're thinking about this opportunity as in a investment of sorts. You might be discussing, investing some money in something right now. All right. I'm seeing there's a lot of spirit around you. All right. So you might get your answer that you're looking for through spirit. So keep your eyes open and, pay attention to what you're feeling, to what you're seeing. You might want to ask spirit the question in a yes or no fashion and just say, if we should do it this way, send me send me some type of message, and word it in a way that you'll know it's a yes. Or you could do it the opposite way and get a no, if you know what I'm trying to say. All right, show me the number 7 today if it's a no, or if it's a yes, show me the number 5. Something along that line. All right, so let's continue. I'm seeing some type of oh no. All right, unfortunately, I'm sending somebody here lots of love and light, because your partner is getting ready to tell you something, and it has to do with it's a breakup. Okay, so I'm sending you lots of love and healing light here. This is somebody you love. This is somebody you've been with. I am seeing they're going to, basically, if they haven't already, voice the fact that they want to be single. They no longer want to be in this relationship. All right, and I'm very sorry for any pain this is going to cause you. Sending you love and light. But you're going to start over. You're going to start over, and for a little while, you're going to feel alone and left out in the cold, even feeling like you're having this tower moment. And you will be feeling defensive around people for a while. This is gonna hit you in a way. You're just gonna feel like you've lost trust for people, maybe for women or maybe for men, that overall, I can't trust anybody. This person really hurt me. And I do see, though, you're going to decide something about this relationship after you take maybe a couple of weeks to work through everything and you give some thought to this relationship. I feel like the outcome for you is going to be a good decision that is going to make you feel okay with things. Okay, you're going to, in other words, it feels like it's going to be short-lived as far as going through a very painful time. It's not going to go for a long time for you. I'm also seeing balance. Somebody's trying to balance something. You're trying to, wow, okay, so you're trying to hook up with this person who's toxic, all right? And you're pushing it. You want this person. You want this person yesterday, and I'm seeing that not being able to be with this person is creating some kind of big upset on your part. Okay, I'm also seeing another person who's much better off for you, who's a few years older than you. This person is successful in life. This is an emperor who's been around the block and will basically take care of you. Okay, I don't mean like a child. I mean, they're successful, they have enough money that you will feel secure. This person's going to be there, support you, love you, and be your rock. All right, but you're rushing into this relationship over here with someone who's going to be very toxic for you. All right, so guys, remember what I said in the beginning of the reading about your intuition. Your intuition is now at full capacity. All right, you're in the 4th. You might have even stepped into the 5th. Okay, you might have one foot in that 5th dimension. Remember, I told you that you are in a different, you're on a new frequency right now. This new frequency is something spectacular because you can utilize your intuition, and I didn't even mention you can manifest like a ninja right now because of this new frequency that you're on. Okay, also I'm seeing this King of Pentacles here. There's things going on in the background that you're not quite understanding, but that's okay. You don't have to worry about this. All right, Spirit is saying don't worry. All right, so if I'm talking to one of my beautiful enlightened masculines who feels like there's things they need to know going on that they do not know, Spirit is saying rest your head. You can just not worry about it. All right, happiness is coming your way. When the time is right, all of this will be divulged, and it's all going to be positive. There's nothing negative you need to be concerned about here. All right, there's good news around your money, and there's also a financial invitation coming your way. So this is going to be some type of investment coming down the pike for you that is going to bring in elation, joy, happiness, success, all right, about with your money in connection to, and also other positive things. There is the manifestation card, my loves. All right, so I'm seeing that a lot of you are going to be able to manifest in your dreams, wishes, and a lot of money. This is about wealth and prosperity, okay? The days of struggle, the days of, a compromising and having self-doubt and just feeling like something terrible is going to happen. Those days are over. You're in a much higher frequency now. So if I'm just letting you know that if you're still going to be close to these negative people, these 3Ders, we'll call them, they will be able to pull you back, pull you out of the high frequency that you're in, and pull you into these negative, dense 3D frequencies once again. All right, that is an absolute. Okay, so but I'm seeing that this is hopefully behind you guys. You guys know how the universe works. You're learning the secrets, guys, to how to change your perception, which will change everything in your life. Your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, they change how you look at life. They are life changing. Okay, you can go from a very negative person to a very positive person in just a few tweaks of how you are allowing yourself to think. Who you're allowing to come into your life. Are they negative people constantly hammering you with negativity? Okay, if that's the case, just resolve yourself to 3D. You might as well, okay, because that is basically how the universe works. I don't see you there. I see you as someone who's going to do everything in your power for you so that you could feel safe, so that you could feel abundant, so that you could feel calmness and happiness, okay? And also self-confidence galore. You guys are even manifesting your own self-confidence just by talking to yourself, saying a few words a day. I am giving. I am a good person. I am going to nurture myself. There's nothing more powerful than telling yourself you love yourself or that you're nurturing yourself. There's no person in the world that can give you that. They can put a band-aid on that part. If you're missing self-confidence and self-love, they could be, that pat on the back that tells you you're good and you're okay and you're all right. But realistically, you are the one that has to feel this way about yourself, okay? Because you're the one in control. You can change the way you feel about things, only you, right? other people could tell you things and just put a band-aid on something for a little while. Then when that person walks away or leaves or whatever, it doesn't work out, you're back to feeling all those insecurities that you had before. So it must come from within. All right. Also, guys, I'm seeing here is the card of intuition. You must use your intuition, Aquarius. There is a man in your life right now who is also very intuitive, who is feeling ignored, and wants to get close to you. So this could be meaningful for different reasons for different people. This could have something to do with a relationship, a new relationship. This could have something to do with a relationship you're already in, or someone coming in, someone who wants to come in. But I do feel this is definitely about love, okay? And this person is trying to get closer to you. Now, if you're married and you're not single, it doesn't mean that your husband or your wife isn't secretly not telling you, not just because they're not saying the words. They might be giving off some action to try to make you feel more loved, more secure, and to show you more how they feel about you and that they appreciate you. And you might be noticing these things, guys. You might be noticing, if you're married, that your husband's been sweeter or nicer or doing, you know, little things out of the ordinary. No, he's not cheating. He's, you know, things are changing, guys. Your perception is changing. Your frequency is changing. You have to know that you are changing, and the way you operated in the past is changing. It's different. Okay, so get used to that. All right, and you know, it's going to take you far, and it's going to bring in a lot of joy and happiness to your life. All right, guys, take care.